Hi guys, welcome back again. Another update from me. Today I've got a couple things to show you. Just wanted to kind of give a rundown of, it's been a busy week this November, well, busy month really, but especially heading into the last couple of weeks in November, it's been really busy for video games. So I've picked up a few, given them a test run. As you already know, I have played Zelda Skyward Sword, still playing through that. I'm actually up to the Lanayru Desert, I think it's pronounced. Not very good at that. So yeah, third temple I'm at just about now. It's good. I'm really enjoying it. The motion plus, as stated in the last video, is actually really good. You can waggle here and there, but at the same time, you don't want to, because you will get knocked around a little bit if you're careless, and you lose hearts like freaking crazy this time. Even if you start with 6, which you do, you start with 6, you get hit once, you lose a heart. And you get punished if you're doing things wrong. So apart from Skyward Sword, I have 2 other games to show you guys. I bought Assassin's Creed Revelations, as well as Halo CE Anniversary Edition. So I guess what I'm going to do is try to give you guys a reason to buy at least one of them. We'll see how you go. So basically, Halo. We'll start with Halo. It's the same game. If you played the first game, if you played Halo on the Xbox or on PC, this is very much the same experience. What you're going to get is an up-resed, remastered, I guess, version. They did say they were going to use the old sound files, but they have managed to kind of overlay new ones over the top. I remember there being an announcement that they were never going to do that. However, there are new soundtracks, remastered versions of the old soundtracks, which can be a bit hit and miss, I will say. But otherwise, it's the same game. There are times, I think the biggest criticism that I've got, and that other people harbour as well, is the fact that the game, sometimes if you up-res it, if you can select back and forth between with the back button, you can select which version you want to play in, which graphical quality, the old quality or the new quality. And when you've got the new graphics on, it can change the tone a little bit. It's much brighter and much Halo Reachy than Halo CE was, mostly because it's the Reach graphics engine, but the lighting is just sometimes a bit too oversaturated for Halo. If you've played the first game, you know what the tone is. It's a very dark tone a lot of the time, and I think this misses out on that sometimes, and that can actually change the way it plays. I've been playing the Legendary and losing a lot, and at times finding it easier to actually switch back to the old graphics just to kind of see what I'm doing. But otherwise, it's a good purchase. If you haven't got Halo Reach, the multiplayer is basically a carbon copy of the Halo Reach multiplayer, just ported over with the Halo 1 and 2 maps. It's good. I love Halo Reach multiplayer, so I have no qualms with this at all. I do have Halo Reach as well, so I haven't been playing too much on this disc. But again, Halo Reach is pretty much a 10 out of 10 in my books. It's a great game. So if you missed out on that game, at least pick up this for the multiplayer. Other than that, there are some secrets hidden throughout the game, just kind of Easter egg stuff. They add a little bit of value to it, but at the same time, it's a different experience. So if you're looking for something to kind of take you back to the old Halo, this is definitely that. If you wanted the authentic experience, you might want to stay in the old graphics mode. Otherwise, if you just want a good Halo game, well, this is a good place to go. I can't say I love it. It's a good game. I like it. I like it on top of what I already love about Halo CE, but it doesn't make the old game much better than it was. So moving on, Assassin's Creed Revelations. I love Assassin's Creed. I'm just going to say that right now. I freaking love this series. The first game was really boring if you never got into it, or at least it got boring at parts. It's a great game. Coming off of Prince of Persia, Ubisoft did a great job with the free running and stuff. It does get a little bit repetitive the first game. Not the case with 2, Brotherhood and Revelations. All of these games since then have been just top-notch, just production quality and getting that kind of sense of freedom. Just playing this game, just like running around, is pretty much worth the purchase. I will say that if you haven't played Brotherhood, and you did want to pick this up, it's probably the same experience you're going to get between the two. To specify, if you played 1 and 2, You could probably go into next year and play the newest version, like whatever's coming out next. I won't give any spoilers, but you won't have missed anything in particular. The last two games, so this one and Brotherhood, have been really more Ezio's story, which is compelling, but if you weren't really that keen on Assassin's Creed, this probably won't change your mind. I would go play 2 if you haven't already played that, then come back to Brotherhood, and maybe this if you're really into it. Personally, for a fan of the series, I love this game. It makes... You could always question, whether or not they'd be able to make it seem even more lofty and more free. They've done it again. It's a joy to play, and I don't even know if we'll be able to play the first game now. After playing 2 and Brotherhood and Revelations, the dexterity that you feel playing as Ezio is playing as Altair pales in comparison. So I guess to summarize, it hasn't been that they're both really good games. If you wanted something to play other than Skyrim or Skyward Sword, I think this season it depends what you're into. If you're a fan of third-person action adventure, Assassin's Creed Revelations is where it at, yo. Although I would say that if you hadn't played the Assassin's Creed games, don't get Revelations. Don't even bother with it. Go straight to Assassin's Creed 2, which will probably get at a bargain bin these days for like $30 or something, regardless of what country you live in. Even in Australia, I've seen secondhand copies of 2 for $30. Otherwise, if you're a big Halo fan but never got to play the original, definitely go for Halo CE. Get both if you're a fan of both the series. There's no reason. They're both perfectly capable games. They'll suck at least 20 hours of your life away. No problems. I will say that the multiplayer in both... Now, you wouldn't think Assassin's Creed multiplayer, but I've played recently it's like a cat and mouse style assassination deathmatch, I guess. And it's really compelling. Like, if you hadn't played this before, if FPSs weren't so stock standard, I would definitely feel like this could be something special. Like, this is the multiplayer in Assassin's Creed is really good. The kind of thrill and adrenaline you get from slaying someone down like in the middle of a city street, it gives you this in the multiplayer, the thrill of being the one who's being slain, and not knowing who the assassin is, and kind of always having to look over your shoulder but never wanting to stay in the one place is like it definitely compares to the thrill of an FPS. I would say go Assassin's Creed Revelations if you want something different, and Halo CE if you just wanted your old Halo back, really. If you have your Xbox, which just finished pretty much its 10th year in existence, and if you sold it way down the track, get Halo CE. If you want something different, play Assassin's Creed Revelations. If you're not into the Assassin's Creed series, you probably should be. They're a great series. Thanks very much, guys. See ya.